Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brian Burkett. This is not 2 Minutes in Tech. This is going to be a special edition because if you watched my last video, that was the last one of the year, but something happened yesterday from a security perspective, and I felt like I had to get this video together to get the information out there to potentially protect you or someone else you know from being a victim of one of the more recent social media scams that's going around right now. So it was 5 o'clock and I was finishing up my day, and I noticed that on Facebook Messenger I was getting a call from a friend. And this isn't just somebody that I have on Facebook as a friend. This is somebody that I personally know well and have spent a lot of time with. However, it's been years since we spent a lot of time together. And although we are active with each other on social media, it's not like we talk to each other on the phone a whole lot. And if we were going to talk on the phone, it wouldn't be through Facebook Messenger. It would be a phone call. And so I saw it coming through and I was like, okay, that looks weird. And so I let it hang up. And then I looked at my Facebook Messenger, and there was also a text message that said, and I'll put it up on the screen here for you to look at, and then I'll read it as well. So I'll take a pause here and flash that up. So it says, Brian, I'm trying to reset my password on my Facebook, and they told me they're going to send it to a friend, so I picked you. Please help me send the code you received from them. Okay, question mark. So while there were some grammar problems with that, when you're talking about a text message, especially on Facebook, it wasn't terrible. It was a legitimate attempt by this hacker. It certainly raised my spidey senses. They were tingling, and so I said, let me pick up the phone and call him because he's probably been hacked. See what's going on. And sure enough, he had been hacked, unfortunately. And so he told me that he'd been hacked, he'd gotten the same phone call, and what they had done was not only did they get a recording of his voice as a result of this happening, probably even heard him say the word yes as a part of that, and some other words that could be helpful in a scam. And also even there are other scams that I've seen where they actually use somebody's voice inside of a message. But the other thing that they did was they got him to reveal one of his security answers to be able to get his password reset and sent to him. And they were able to intercept that, and they were able to lock him out of his Facebook account. Now, when he went to try to get that remediated, he was clicking on links that were things that he was able to find. But what that ended up doing, because somehow, and I'm not exactly sure how they did this, but they had intercepted that communication, and they were trying to redirect him to a service that would charge him $55 for the rest of his life to remediate the problem. Now, if you don't hear the problems with that, then you really do need to spend some more time educating yourself on security awareness, because first of all, Facebook is not going to charge you to remediate a login problem or to get your account back. That's if you ever get to talk to a live person. One of the things to understand about using social media and why it's so important that you take ownership of your security is because getting actual customer service from any of these social media companies, that's like an oxymoron to even say that out loud. I can't tell you how many times I have reported fake profiles on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever else. And the report that I always get back is, this doesn't violate any community standards. It doesn't seem weird to us, anything else. All that tells me is that there are no human eyes actually looking at this, because it's clear, and their bots and their algorithms are not working in your favor to help protect you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So I want to get this out there. I want to encourage you to encourage your friends to make sure that you're thinking before you click. Be suspicious of literally everything online. Use strong passwords. Get a password manager. Enable multi-factor authentication anywhere you can. Be aware of changes to authentication. There are many services that are moving to more passwordless authentication measures, or at least coupling it with multi-factor authentication or something else. Be aware of what Google's doing, Facebook's doing, and everything else, so that you can stay up to date with what those latest ways of accessing your accounts are. And just always remember that you don't have to answer right now. You don't have to click anything right now. You can always pick up the phone and actually call that person and validate that it's legitimate. I, it took me, I was on the phone with my friend for 5 minutes. The truth is, he didn't have a lot of time to be on the phone with me because he was fielding a lot of those calls at that time because a lot of people were calling him. And if it does happen to you or to one of your friends, report the account, get your friends to post that your account's been hacked, protect as many people as you can. But most importantly, guys, I want to go back and say, please make sure that not only yourself, but your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts and uncles, people who maybe they don't, they may be in that generation where technology is still a little bit newer to them and maybe they're not as aware of some of the things that are going on. But I want to be careful with that because what I'm finding more and more is that even younger people are not often suspicious enough about scams that are out there on the internet. And think about the time suck that it ends up being on this. There may be precious photos that you have inside your social media that you don't have anywhere else. First of all, I'd encourage you to have those somewhere else. But think about, for businesses that may be watching this, think about the productivity suck that it is to have your employees trying to figure this out or trying to help their parents figure this out. Security awareness training is something that everybody should be involved in. I put out some information on some free resources that are available before. That's a good start. I want to encourage any business that may be watching this right now. If you're not doing security awareness training, invest in that make that your New Year's resolution for your organization. Whether you've got one person in your company and it's just you, or you've got 10,000 people in your company or 100,000 people in your company, security awareness training is something that you've just got to have in place. It's going to help your business stay more productive, and it's also going to be a benefit for your employees. But all that being said, guys, I really just want to get this information out there. Make sure that you're doing everything you can to keep yourself secure and your family and your friends secure. Please share this information with someone that you know it could help. And if you've got any questions, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'd encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. Turn on notifications. Again, I'll be back in 2024 with more 2 minutes and tech segments where we'll talk about security. We'll talk about upcoming things that we see in technology, new stuff, better ways to use technology in your business, some in your personal life as well. But with all that being said, keep your holiday as secure as possible so that you don't have to focus on any of this kind of crap that's going on out there. From me to you, again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2024.